as quickly as possible, as well as the meeting on Wednesday. All right, jumping right along, we are going to adopt our goals and objectives for the year at this meeting. So if my colleagues are on this call, hopefully if you had any thoughts or suggestions, you'll get those over to either me or Santana before Wednesday's meeting so that we can be ready to proceed with that. Moving along, presentations, we've got two of them, the audit report for the fiscal year 22, as well as an update from the Georgia General Assembly. And Santana, you said that you're gonna circulate that report in the board committee packet when you send that out? Okay, very good. Any questions or comments on that? All right, ordinances for first reading. We have two of those, so we'll have those read in and then be ready to address those during the next cycle. All right, jumping into the agenda now, regular agenda. Ordinance for second read, first item number 3, 23-0-1062. Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs. Who from the administration will be speaking to this? This is just a donation of funds.
This is Robert Witherspoon with the Office of Cultural Affairs. So this is just a donation of funds. Somebody had taken a public art tour and wanted to contribute to the conservation and maintenance of public art.
Okay, so you'll be speaking to this on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions or requests for Mr. Witherspoon? All right, moving on, item number 4, 23-01063. This is ADOT paper to pay outstanding invoices, Precision 2000 Inc. Who from the department will be speaking to this?
Council Member Juan,
Yes.
This is Ibrahim Abu Saud. I'm the interim deputy commissioner with Capital Projects. I will be doing that.
Very good. Any questions, or it seems pretty straightforward, any questions or requests for this paper from my colleagues? All right, well, let's move on. Okay, item number 5, which is 23-01072. We're going to take all of the council contribution papers together, so that will be items 5, 7, 8, 11, and 18. Any requests or any questions or requests from my colleagues on those? All right, item number 6, 23-01074. This is a group of council members, a donation to Park Pride from bond funds. There will be a substitute for this that I think will outline the total amount and those that are participating. I do have a question. I do want law and or finance to be prepared on Wednesday to speak to this in terms of the legality of using bond money to make a donation to Park Pride on behalf of the projects in the vertical fund. So if I can make sure someone is there to be able to speak to that, that'd be great. I don't know if CFO.
We'll do.
Okay. Okay. Other questions or requests on this paper from my colleagues? All right, we've talked about 7, 8, number 9. This is Councilmember Faroki's paper to basically reimburse fund balance $2.95 million for the Center for Diversion Services. CFO Ball, are you going to be speaking, or someone from finance going to be speaking to this?
Yes, finance will speak to that.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then I'll just go ahead and assume on the other, I think 2 other papers that are similar to this one that, you know, Santana, if we can, we might just take all 3 of these together on Wednesday, if you can remind me, since they're all similar, it's similar transaction basis. All right, any questions or requests on that from my colleagues? All right, number 10. This is a bunch of folks, services, ARPA Gun Violence Prevention Services with Cure Violence Global. Who from the administration will be speaking to this paper?
Councilmember Juan, I believe DCO Burks may speak to this paper on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions or requests on this? All right, seeing none, we've already talked about 11. Item number 12, 23-01087, a series of council members' contribution to the Jazz Festival of $500,000. And I am going to ask that we take this one along with the associated resolutions, which I believe are 21 through 24 and then 27 through 29. and since they're all related. I'm assuming that Ms. Love is going to be speaking to these. I know she can't be on the call today. But any other requests? Oh, there will be a substitute for this one to insert amount and source of funds. I will need a clarification. And Mr. Pace, if you can relay this over, I've asked the legislative team to take a look at the funding source for the resolutions. To see if basically, we normally just make a contribution over to the Office of Cultural Affairs for Jazz Fest, and then they manage all of the subsequent engagement. I just want to make sure we're not double counting here. So it's not, we're not authorizing a donation and then we're authorizing additional funds for the contracts that are contemplated in the resolutions. So if you could just.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Okay.
There are two items within the associated resolutions that may need to be taken separately.
Okay.
23R3154, item 22, and item 28 may need to be taken separately, but we will get with Ms. Kimpson right.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. I just figured if once we have Ms. Love up at the mic, we might as well keep her up there to address all of these rather than having her wait. Okay, thank you.
Will do.
Okay, that takes us now to item 13, Councilmember Overstreet's paper. This is amending, looks like a personnel action with regard to the Office of International and Immigrant Affairs. Who will be speaking to this for the administration?
I'll probably be speaking to this one, council member.
Okay, and this is really just a correction, a cleanup,
Exactly.
right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other? Gotcha. Any other requests or questions on this paper from my colleagues? Okay. Item number 14 actually is also related to Jazz Festival. And so, yeah, we'll just take all that together. Mr. Pace, if you can't, since you're relaying all this back over to Ms. Love, there's second provision of this is in regard to admission fees. And so I don't know, I haven't looked at the legislation yet. I don't know if there's specific pieces, and I just want to know if that's a departure from 2022 or if that's just the same thing or just codifying it or giving the authorization for 2023.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
The Jazz Festival itself will be free, but there are associated other events that do have a charge. But okay, I will provide this information.
Just want to know if it's the same or different from 2022.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Other questions or requests? All right. Item number 15. This is Councilmember Boone's paper to create a special revenue fund for recording ARPA funds. Dr. Wilson, is it going to be finance speaking to this one as well?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Questions or requests on that one? Okay. Item number 16 at 23-01091. This is my paper regarding, again, reimbursing uncommitted fund balance. And like I said earlier, Santana, if you'll help me remember, let's take this one with the other one before. Any questions or requests for this one? All right, 23-01092. This is my paper regarding renaming special revenue fund for CARES Act funding. Finance, I'm assuming y'all speak to this again?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Questions or requests for this one? All right. We talked about 18. Number 19, Councilmember Hillis's paper. Again, same thing as number 16 and the one before. This is basically refunding uncommitted fund balance advances. This is for Chattahoochee. Any questions or requests on this one? All right. that takes us into resolutions. Item number 2023-R3152, Councilmember Overstreet. This is a renewal option number 1 with Forest Day Services. Wait, this is for, sorry, this we've already, this is for the Jazz Festival. So we've talked about 20, 21, and 22, and 23, and 24, sorry. All right, 25, Councilmember Bakhtiari, 23-R-3158. Councilmember Bakhtiari's paper denouncing the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. I suspect she will be speaking to this. Any questions or requests on this paper? All right. Item number 26, 23-R3160, a number of council members. This is a request that the city of Atlanta defined benefit pension plan investment bond divest funds from private prisons. Any questions on this one? Finance, I trust you'll be ready to speak to this if there are any questions that arise or concerns.
Yep.
Okay. And then Santana, if you'll help me remember, since it came up with the pension boards, I did get a note from Mr. Pace that our appointments, council appointments to the pension board are going to expire, and we'll need to introduce all that on Monday. So if you can help me remember and follow up with that, that'd be great. All right. All right, onward. 27 and 28. I'm sorry, 27, 28, 29 are Jazz Festival related. So that takes us to item 30, 23-R3164. This is the standard water refund. We will have a substitute for this. So I'll be ready to move that one forward as well. Any questions or requests on number 9? Okay, number 31, 23-R3167, Councilmember Norwood's paper, donation to Chastain Horse Park, and this is from her discretionary funds. Any questions on this one? And finance, we were ready to go with these, right? Y'all are, I mean, in terms of the accounts have been set up, so we can go ahead and start moving. If council members want to, can start allocating those funds directly, correct?
We worked on this one. If there are some others that are coming, just give us a heads up and we'll make sure they're in place.
All right. Other questions or requests on that one? All right, item number 32, 23-R3168, council members, number of council members requesting finance to identify funds at $5,000 to support Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. I don't know if Mr. Bond or any of the authors will be there to speak to this. Any questions or requests?
So, Councilmember Juan, this of course came from Councilmember Bond. I don't know if he or the associated sponsors are looking at their council carry forward as a way to support this project.
Well, let's ask that question on Wednesday and see what answer we get from the sponsors.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is $5,000. So the assumption was that it would possibly come from their carry forward.
Sure.
I know that there was an associated budget amendment back during the FY23 budget, which was a request which was much larger than this amount, but the thought that this being $5,000 that it could come from the carry forward.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
So, okay. Well, let's see how the discussion goes on Wednesday on this one.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Number 33, 23-R3200, resolution to delete incorrect funding source and replace it with correct funding source for Rubio and Sons Interiors. I mean, it's a corrected paper. Who from the department will be ready to speak to this in case we have any questions?
I'll be speaking to that one, Councilmember Juan.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Santiago. All right, let's keep moving on. 23-R3201. It's the agreement for citywide pest control with Orkin. Commissioner, are you going to be speaking to this one as well?
Yes, I'll be speaking to that as well, sir.
That one looks pretty straightforward. Any questions or requests from my colleagues on that one? Okay, item 35, which is 23-R3202, amendment number 4 to IBM Maximo Asset Management Software Subscription. Commissioner, are you speaking to this one as well?
Yes, I am.
So this one caught my eye in terms of the dollar amount from what it started at and then the subsequent amendments. It's pretty significant. So I'm just going to raise the question, and then if you can, speak to that, that would be helpful.
Not a problem.
Okay. Other questions or requests? Okay, 23-R3203. This is agreement for design build for a warehouse. Commissioner, are you on this one as well?
Yes, and that one is going to be held. by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for iPro. Okay, all right, so we'll hold that one. And then the next item, 23-R3204, first renewal option for Convergent Technologies and Net Planner Systems. I understand there will be a substitute for this.
Yes.
Is that okay? And then the same situation on this one in terms of the dollar amount. If I am correct, this started off as a $4.5 million. If the resolution 22-R3963 is, that was the amount for that, and then we're looking at a $9 million first renewal option. So let's be prepared to speak to that.
Okay.
All right. Other questions or requests? All right, item 38, 23-R3205, task order for Gordian Group for Fire Station 22. Commissioner, are you on this one as well? All right.
Yes, that'll be.
Okay. All right. Didn't have any issues on this one. Anything from my colleagues on this one? Okay. Item number 39, 23-R3206, task order number 3 with Fitzgerald Collaborative Group. Any questions on this or requests on this one? And Santiel, are you doing this one as well?
That'll be me as well.
All right, 23-R3207. This is the re-engagement of retiree John Lavelle. Who will be speaking to this one? Commissioner, is that you?
Yes, that'll be me as well.
I understand that is there going to be a substitute for this one?
Mhm.
Is that a yes or
I
no?
don't think so.
Okay, we weren't sure. And so I understand that we had done something in 22 in October,
Mhm.
then that didn't get executed. So if you could, someone could just speak to why.
Well, it was executed, the one before. This one's adding this. He's going to be on a part-time type of thing right now up until the new director comes into place. So that one is already
Okay,
executed.
so that
Paid for.
one,
It's
gotcha.
done.
So that one's
Yeah.
ongoing, and this one just is taxed on to the end of that one and keep
Yes,
going.
exactly.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, questions or requests on that? All right, item number 41, 23-R3208. I understand who will be speaking to this one? This is Pratt Recycling.
Good afternoon, Councilman. This is Deputy Commissioner Keith Robinson. It'll be Kanika Greenlee speaking.
I understand that we do not have the IPRO report yet.
No, we don't have it yet, so we're waiting on that. So that'll be held.
Okay,
until
so we're
we
gonna hold this.
get that, bro.
Okay. All right. So I'll make a note to hold that. And then the next one, 23-R3209, task order number 1 with Dream Atlanta Joint Venture Team. Is this Ms. Greenlee as well? We'll speak.
That'll be
speak
Ms.
to this.
Greenlee as well, too. Yes, that's for the
No.
post-closure landfill
Yeah, and
reporting.
that one is ready to go, correct?
That is correct.
Any questions or requests for that one? All right, item number 43, 23-R3210. This is the 5-year plan. Dr. Wilson, is this one that we're going to hold? Are we ready to go with this one? she still on here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, we'll hold it and then,
Yep.
I think we'll plan in March to bring the presentation.
Okay, great.
March 16th, I think is our goal.
Okay. And then 23-R3211, this is the authorization for advertisement for the millage rate and tax levy. This one we should be good to go with, though, right? It's just, we can go ahead and send this one in advance, right? Okay. Any questions on that one? Okay. Item number 45, 23-R3212. It's a change order with Matthews Kelly JV for cargo expansion site prep at the airport. $13 million. Who will be speaking to this? Will General Manager Biadar be there on Wednesday? Do we know?
Mr. Wan, this is Jadip. I'll talk to the aviation team to have someone here.
Okay, thank you. And it's a change order for $13 million. So just, that's an eye-popping number. So just have them be ready to speak to that.
Perfect.
Please. Thank you. All right, item number 46, 23-R3213, this special procurement for employee scheduling services with Informer Systems for APD. Who will be speaking to this one? Someone from APD or someone from AIM? Anyone?
I'll determine, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pace. Okay, any questions or requests on that one? Okay, item 23-R3214. This is the Office of Cultural Affairs. I am so that while Ms. Love is up there talking about the Jazz Festival papers, I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up as well. I'm assuming she's going to speak to this one, but I do have a question. I'll take a closer look at this. If I understand the caption correctly, it would essentially give the office the authorization to do the grants, and I just want to confirm that if the intent is that that list of grantees would not come back before council for just a stamp. So if someone can just make sure Ms. Love is prepared to speak to that, if she is the one presenting. Mr. Pace, I'm assuming that if you're running back that over to her, that'd be great.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll do. I believe there's some OCA staff on the line as well.
Okay.
But we'll ensure she gets that.
Great. Thank you. Any other questions or requests on that one? Okay, dual referreds. I don't think there's anything. Actually, that's not true. We'll see what happens in the committees before us. I understand that Councilmember Hillis may be introducing a paper, walking in a paper today in public safety that could be dual referred to us as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, that takes us to papers held. I think we are only aware of one that is coming off, and that's item number 65. This is the 23-01019. Essentially deposit all outstanding and future revenue from MARTA into the city planning and public works funds. Is that correct, Mr. Pace? That one's moving forward?
Yes, sir. I believe so. I'll confirm that.
Okay, and who will be speaking to that one?
Janet DeSuttafall here from the Department of City Planning. Chairman Juan, I'll be speaking to that one.
Very good. Okay. Anyone have any questions or requests? Okay, anything else coming off of held that we're not aware of? All right, so yes.
Quick question. Did you mention 23-01080? That's also dual referred?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if public safety moves that out today. We'll be ready to go with that on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. Other questions? Anything else off of held? Okay, like I said, it's a long agenda, but we'll get everyone, I'll try and move everybody as quickly as possible through this on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. Have a
Bye, all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. See ya.